Third, we have a new expansion for the game, CastleScape, and this is going to be the Gates and Guilds expansion, and I'll get into what this expansion adds in a second here. But if you're not familiar with the original game, this is a deck building tactical area control game. All players start with the same basic starting deck, and you're going to be drawing a hand of cards each and every round, and then using those cards to perform your various actions. The different actions will allow you to place units of your color anywhere out on the board, but more importantly, they're going to allow you to build the castle walls. And the whole goal here is that you're trying to close off different sections, because whoever has the most units within a section once it's closed is going to be gaining a victory point for each of the units within that section. You'll also get 2 victory points if any of those walls have one of your units on top of them, and the way that you do that is by first placing a unit, and then on a following round, building a wall underneath that unit, pushing it up on top of it. But like I said, this one is a deck building game, which means that there are going to be cards that grant you different amounts of gold, and you'll be able to spend that gold with other actions in order to purchase more powerful cards. And what I like about this is that this will allow you to move more quickly when it comes to either placing out your units or placing out those walls, which can give you more control over different aspects of the game, allowing you to specialize in a certain area or instead to create a deck that's a little bit more balanced. Another really cool aspect of this game is that some of the cards are a little bit more nefarious than others, and there's going to be certain negative consequences if you choose to use those cards. These consequences will come in the form of infamy or corruption that you're going to be keeping track of on your own personal player board, and if you have too much of either of those, could cause you to remove units from the board each round, making it a little bit more difficult for you to gain those victory points and control those regions. But the player with the most victory points at the end of the game wins, and you can get additional victory points by completing different private and public goals. The new Gates and Guilds expansion is going to be introducing a bunch of new cards that you can just mix into the game, but it's also going to be adding the new variable power cards, which is going to add some asymmetry, giving each of the players a different special ability. But the big change with this expansion is that it's going to be introducing a new type of structure that you'll be able to build throughout the game, which is, of course, the castle gates. The way these work is that there's going to be specific locations where players are going to be trying to build these gates, and players are going to be trying to race towards those locations and be the first to do it, because each one of those that you build are going to be granting you with some sort of special ability that you'll be able to use throughout the game. If that sounds interesting to you, I will have this campaign linked in the description down below.